blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hey family, what's going on? It's your girl Melikia K, Courtney, and welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. This is a growth podcast. If you pulled up, I'm hoping that's what you pulled up for, because that's what you about to get. That in some conversations, I am a licensed coach and also a licensed spiritual practice advocate and advanced training, so blah 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 blah. If you need it, you need to know more, go ahead and ask me about that. Okay. We're gonna start like we normally do. Gratitude. That is huge. It's just huge. I can't emphasize it enough. Being grateful is probably the most best use of your time and of your energy. So if it is that you have a little extra time, if it is that you have a little extra energy, I do encourage you to use it on grateful. Okay. Thank you to Blast Music 247. This is my secondary podcast home. I also, of course, cast through Melikia K. Courtney. If you have not subscribed to both, I encourage you to do so for many reasons, not just the growth, the fun, and the mischief, which we're going to get into a little bit today. But over at blastmusic247.com, if you do go over there, do what I said, do. What you're going to find is a lot of wonderful things. As an artist, you can register your music, be a Blast Music artist, and share it right here on podcasts like this. You can also be a fan and enjoy all the great music and the things that blastmusic247.com has to offer. I generally do share their banner, so let me do that. I should say our, because I'm a part of the Blast family. How about that? Do. That's that. All right, and I'm welcome to be family with me over there, as well as here at Melikia K. Courtney. There we go. YouTube channel. All right. Thank you to my Sunshine Cromwell in full. Shine Vibrations is her show on Fridays at 7 p.m. And y'all, it is her 3rd year. So I am super extra excited for her to just be amazing. So if you can pull up at 7 p.m. this Friday, the 10th, please do. And say hey to Shine and give her love and just keep her encouraged, because what she's doing is 3 years in the podcast game. Let's go. I'm proud of you, sis. All right, so today's topic is faux or fair weather. And when the fair weather comment comes to mind, it is normally associated with others, friends. Fair weather, like, are you solid state, or are you flaky achy? Do you change with the seasons, or are you evergreen and consistent? Right, those are the quick thoughts that can come to mind when moving through this. Let me say it like that. Okay, push this button. Boop, gotta push a button. So today, though, sure, I am willing to discuss that thought of it, but at the same time, let's dig a little deeper. Let's be a little bit more grown up about it and look at ourselves and how we do what we do as a friend to ourselves, even. Okay, and how does this play into growth or development? Well, think about it for a second. You are with you 24/7 of the day, 24/7 of the day. And if you are treating yourself well, if there is love present, if there's patience and kindness and consideration and thoughtfulness and mercy present in your heart for yourself, oh, what a beautiful place to be in your body. At the same time, flip that coin. If it is that you are not, in fact, treating yourself kindly, if in fact you are your biggest critic, your biggest doubter, and some folks even go as far as being their biggest hater, and even one step beyond that, just liking themselves so much to hit the unalive button. All right. So those are things to be honest about. No judgment. I have none of that for you. But I do have a highlighter and a flashlight right quick to help you find out some things and give you some tools and keys to sit and think through. Think through where you are. Now let's have a little deviating fun. Now, I don't normally do this over here. I don't really share poetry, but I thought it was interesting. I came across this piece. It is from September 11th. And I don't know. I'm just going to share it. And if you are sensitive, this is your warning, warning, warning. Listen, don't judge, or judge if you want to, be my guest. But let's see how this goes. I live my life being accused of things I didn't do, not screaming I'm a saint, but if you can't keep my name out your thirsty mouth, at least know what the fuck you talking about. Do some research before you go spreading hurt-filled things you thought you heard or read. Things that make mindfulness dead, especially foolery and lonely jealousy, for bees spooled into half-measured threads sewing up your emperor's clothes. You dress in misdirected aggressions and don't even know. Your stupid slips exposed. Pull up your imaginary zipper and hike your pants. I'm tired from you being out here strutting, showing off your dirty ass tendencies. Homie, when you get bored, don't think of me. Find something productive to do. That way, when the liars come to lie about, they won't find you eagerly, readily to participate in character assassination and easily as eating pea brain, nut butter, and jealousy. Tell me, how did you get that hungry? Nobody taught you how to properly fish. Separate the red meat of truth from the scaly bullfish, properly turned trout. Sliding in another opportunity to help you out, my name unhooked from your mouth. Instead of using your rod for discipline, you poking up all in non-business related growth, little more than the modern day troll whose demise is on the way. Messed up when you decided to chew on my name. Like you're relating to God, you never knew me. Touch not my anointed. That line was written directly about me. Do my prophet no harm. Yeah, I'm speaking directly to thee in my prophetic voice. Kill all that noise. Stop participating. There's hellfire prizes being awarded for that game that you playing. And trust this ain't about you having to die to receive. This that lets you know, keep at it, you'll be frozen. Feet staring at the ceiling, existing between two worlds, being tortured by demons. That same tongue you've been wagging won't be able to speak it. The people in the room won't hear a word till you repent and call on dude you call Jesus. See, this is a kindness. Wrap it up as warning. Could cut the journey in half just by going about your business. That next trash call come through, answer it. New phone, who this be magically unavailable for small-minded shit. Lastly, in your getting, remember to get this. Never piss off a poet. Oh. Now, for whatever reason, I found that today. And it is loosely related in the sense of when you are dealing with yourself. You can be your biggest accuser when you are dealing with others who take time to meddle and accuse or gossip or any of that foolishness. Maybe you have got or had the unfortunate opportunity to be in either one of those boats, right? Whether it's you up to mischief at yourself or at others, or others up to mischief at you. I will simply say people make room for it, but there was never a carved out space for that level of distraction, because really that's what it boils down to. It boils down to distraction. So again, back to the faux or fair weather, and I always hope to push you into thinking. Does that make sense? Like my heart is always to keep the mind moving. All right. So I offer you both of those, and I will let you go back and press the replay button and see what applies, how it applies, and if it applies. And you speed up the booms. All right. So what I wanted to make sure I brought was like some points, because I'd like to make sure you are measuring well. All right. For my people who are high achievers, the real goal setters, I think it's always healthy to go back and look. The inspection is always on point. Who are you? Are you false or are you fair? And it can be measured in your conversation. It can be measured in your business conversation. It can be measured in your personal conversation. It can be measured in your inner conversation. And that is the crux of the conversation. Please do be wise enough to measure who you are and not be afraid of who you are, but to be honest. Do you chew on your arm? Do you chew on others' arms with your words and with your behaviors? Because it does, in fact, like shared over there in the poem, and I edited a little bit of that because got some things to say in that piece, and I am Lady Molotov in the poetry streets. So you get a little bit of taste of that here. However, the point being, listen, and not just hear, but inspect and find out who you are. Let's get to these checkpoints. And again, this conversation is to my high achievers, my people who like to crush their goals, the doers, and business begins in the body. We are affected by our environment. There is no way around that. If anyone were to sit and try and lie to themselves, nah, don't waste time. Hey, partner, what's going on with you? Don't waste your time. Not on me, at least, with that delusion. Let's be honest. Okay, let's get to it. One, you want to define success with precision. You want to define your success with precision. You want to define your success with precision. What does that mean? It means that you are not playing around with it. You are not pie in the sky in it. You're not this super huge goal that you are unable to break down into bite-sized pieces to accomplish. Okay, when you set your goal, that means that you sit in. Let me give you an example because it's always important to give a point or story to help. You don't do one without the other. All right, February 7th, 2026. That is set to be our day of healing, right? This coming February 26th, it'll be our 4th annual Ad House event, right? And it is Project Humanity. Maybe switching the name up a little bit to Project Partnering Humanity. We will see because that's kind of long. But with that effort, I set my tail down. Now, mind you, I've been thinking, mulling, growing, creating, adding layer on layer for a solid week now. And mind you, the first thoughts of it start the very day when we complete. So we completed this year's 3rd annual, I believe also February 7th or 6th, right? 24 hours of amazingness, 24 hours of a buttload of volunteers, changing moderators every 2 hours. Also in-person events with the goal of Love Fest. That's what we did this year, right? So in the sense of planning for next year's, I set myself still. Told myself we're going to get done yesterday. Got 1,001 things done yesterday. It was late. I wanted to go to bed. I wanted to go to the sleep. But I told myself, nah, this is what we are doing today. We're going to get this accomplished today. So, dolls to donuts, balls to the wall. Guess what we did? I set myself down and just meditated into it and began to write. What does this require in order to pull off that event and do it well? What will be needed to make that magical as we want it to be? So I sat down and I went through line and line and line and line. By knowing what I'm after, what the target is, center target, not all the way around it. And I'm going to go all the way around it because I want the outer stuff great too. Same time, what is my objective? What am I seeking to accomplish? What figures are involved? What humans are involved? What is the freaking point? The who, why, what, when, where of it all, and the how. All right. So that is what I'm talking about when I say to Be precise. Get your precision lens in place. Define it. Because if you do not define it, you are truly yeeting things, just throwing activity, throwing energy, and doing, but you are not concentrated on what you're doing. You're just doing. I'm going to do this. Oh, this needs to be done. I'm going to do this. Well, did you stop for a minute and think about how to do it well? What does it require? Is it something that needs to be sustained or maintained or monitored? You know, what's needed, all right? So when you do sit to define your goals, you want to do that with precision, no vague stuff. I'm talking specific, precise, measurable. What's my favorite word? Measurable. If you cannot measure, yeah, beat it. Nah, let's measure it. Even some of the intangible things can be measured still. All right, so it's gotta be measurable. Please be precise with it. And ooh, darling, calendar, a day of healing. That project is already on my calendar. All right, I've already let the folks know. Hey, listen, this is what's gonna happen. I put the dates, the updates up. I'm not playing about it, and that's not until February of 2026. But it takes time and a lot of wonderful effort and a lot of beautiful people to carry the weight of that impact project, because that is what it is. It's a social impact project. It's advocacy, and I do hold crown for Miss Beyond Beautiful World Emerald. Woo woo, 2023. So shout out to my sisters over there and Miss Rhea Ray Harris, who is amazing, y'all. If you do not know Rhea Ray Harris, you want to. She's amazing. Okay, back to focus. So that's it. Listen to. So I want to make sure I stay with time. I have a bunch of them for you. I'll give you as many as I can today. If it is that you find maybe you want the other, possibly need the coaching, go ahead and tap me in too. I know exactly. And here, what we hit on earlier, the who, what, when, why, hows, where's. Let's get to it. Why does it matter? Why you want to do that? Do you want that goal accomplished because you're maybe beating the drum in your chest? Maybe you're trying to drown out some nastiness that you're saying to yourself about who you are and what you can accomplish, or is it truly that this goal is set in purpose, like it's enfleshed and wrapped in the purpose that is you, right? It aligns with who you are and your character, your nature, and what you want to accomplish, what you care to give, your services, your offerings, the joy you have for whomever you're serving, if it is a service-based goal, and if it is a personal goal. Why? Why is it important to you? Is it building your character, building your nature, building your mind, building your strength, and offering you a deeper plunge into the better, and better that you've been looking for? All right. Know your why. And even if it's some wild stuff, maybe you want to go hop out of a plane. Maybe you don't want to go kayak with some crocodiles. And why you want to do that? Because I want to. Just because I want to. That is a valid freaking reason. Because I want to. All right. And then you get to define still behind that because you want to. There is a reason that you want to. Be still with yourself. And we're going to pause for a second. I find that with the majority of my clients, actually, they come in unable, right? Unable to sit still with themselves for 10 minutes a day. Unable. Because life has crowded in. Calendars are off the chain, or some folks are in grief and broken and trauma, okay? And trauma has caged them up. I encourage everyone under the hearing and all my folks who catch it on replay, hey, y'all too, please, 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 if you don't hear nothing else I say today, please, please, please take it upon yourself to learn how to be still with you. What does be still mean? Because my folks might be like, well, I sit still, or, nah, I sit with my phone, I'm relaxing, I got my computer, my TV, nah. I'm talking good old silence. Good old silence. Just you. The you that hopped out the body of your parent, your mama. Just you. Quiet. Hearing what's around you. If you have moved into meditation and you know how to still your thoughts and be still, like for real, go there. Go there daily. Give you that break. Because your mind needs it. Your body needs it. Oh, or fair weather. How are you behaving towards yourself? Are you false? Or are you fair weather? Are you evergreen? All right, think about these things. It's important to think your own thoughts about these things. Yes, I'm offering you some wisdom and some keys, rich keys. I get it. Use them. Same time, you really got to sit back and think your own thoughts and come to your conclusions because you believe you faster than you believe anyone else. And test it if you don't believe me. Test it. And even if it is that someone is influencing you and directing you, and you take their word as law, you're still involved. You're still responsible for what you accept and what you create through you. You're still responsible for that. My adults. Okay. Let's hit 3. Ah, I keep my notes so we don't get distracted too. Because there's some stuff that I want to make sure I say. Yeah. Okay. So your why, define it. The why is going to keep you. When your why is strong enough and it's big enough and it makes sense enough, it really matters to you, it means to you, then you're going to stay on course. And even if you wander off, it's going to bring you back. Your why will bring you back. All right. So make it a good, rich why. All right. A reasonable why. And please don't let all of your goals be centered on self. Yes, have your self-centered goals. Self-love is for real. Same time, when you are doing business, when you are serving a community, and there's some folks that are in politics that I work with, when you're in those roles, in those positions, it ain't just about you. It's just really not. So be diligent. Be diligent in answering your who, what, when, what, where, and how. Okay. There's so much I want to say, but we're not getting all this sidetracked. We're gonna stay focused today. Let's go. Oh, there's so much to say, but let's go. 3. All right. Here's the rules. When you make your goals, I talked about it earlier. Think of a target. I love to play darts. So much fun. Digital, right? So much fun. And you're aiming at your goals. Let's take it back. Let's go to archery. I'm a fan of that. So I think archery paints a better picture. You got your center, and then you have your rings as it extends outward, right? Your center being the point, right? That's your goal. You want that 30. For my folks who play the game, you after that 30. Middle. Same time. Sometimes you don't get to just go straight to the 30. You got to start on those outer rings and work your way in. Consider those outer rings your tactical points. All right. I need to start here and secure this circle so that I can move in, to secure the next circle, to move in, to secure the next circle until I can get middle, dead center, right? Acquire the goal. Break your goals down into those circle, center, right? The little small bites that you can chew on and eat and consume and conquer and let it nourish you toward that goal. It is important to break your big goals down into small, doable pieces. And why is it important? Folks tend to do nothing when they're overwhelmed. If it is so big and you're looking at it and it's looking at you and you really don't have the steps to immediately acquire the end game, baby, then you want to break it down to smaller pieces. And there's nothing wrong with that. You'd like to make sure best moves. You want to make sure you have a timeline so you know what time you're working with, right? Calendar that bad boy and look at your biggest goal. What is it going to take to reach that goal, to make that real in my life? What must I do? and take time in it. This is why it's important to think your own thoughts, to be still, to meditate, to get quiet so that you can think clearly and that you can plan. If you have a wonderful group of people who are going to be a part of that journey to help you with that goal, even better. I bless my mastermind group. We are amazing and we love one another. We do community together. Every week we have the opportunity to get together 3 times a week. And we check those, and here's your word, milestones and checkpoints. Milestones and checkpoints, you need them both when you're building out your goals. Get pictures, okay. But I'm talking about high achievers too. So y'all know that much. I'm hoping. And if you don't, now you do. Okay, hold up, I hit something. I don't know what I hit. Here we go. Let's get to it. All right. So you're breaking it into smaller pieces. You want to look at the end of it and you want to reverse. Okay, this is what it looks like in the full. Look at that full picture and you break that full picture down into everything that you see. And I believe in writing. I believe in the pen and the paper and the thinking and the writing. Hand, pen, paper. And yes, I know my stylist people and my cell phone people, I can use all those too when I do. Same time, they never like that pen and paper in the hand. I'm just gonna say it. All right, back to it. You're moving backwards. Okay, what did I need to do to accomplish that? Take it from the back, take it from the front. In order to get to the third step, I had to go 1, 2. What was my first and second steps? What must I have done to have accomplished this square? You can look from the front, you look from the back, all right? The back being the accomplished goal itself, the full picture of what you are creating, full picture, all right? The front being square 1, 0, before you even built a brick on your house, get it? You want to make sure that when you work it through your mind, think of, I guess he is facing my head, Tesla. You want to build it out because you're forward to end goal, your end goal back to step 1, 0. It should be fluid, like running a thread through a needle. Same. All right. Do that exercise and it will help you weed out some of the lost places that people fall into. It'll help you put some concrete in them potholes or some asphalt, however you need the word to be. All right, so heads up, get that done. Doo-doo-doo. Once you've broken those actions into small steps, you do want to calendar your milestones because there must be celebration. And anyone around me, you know, I love to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate the big and the simple with the same vigor because I'm proud of my people when they please go ahead and accomplish something around me. We fit to celebrate. We fit to celebrate, and I celebrate myself in the same manner. I sometimes I can slow down and think and enjoy it more, so I can make that a goal. Same time. 4, the deadlines. This is for my folks who can give themselves wiggle room. For my folks who can excuse themselves, I'm going to encourage you and say, don't. I'm going to straight up say, set them deadlines and think of it, whomever you help to keep accountable, think of it as someone coming to you and saying, hey, listen, this is life or death and I got to get this done by this deadline. Like my spiritual life depends on it, or my emotional life depends on it. I've got to make these things happen. My honesty and honor to myself depends on it. My word rests on it. You know what I mean? Make your deadlines with that type of commitment. Please do not, don't jag with it. Don't play with it. Be on point and on purpose with your deadlines. Make them reasonable. Please make them reasonable. Well, I need to have 10,000 new names by tomorrow. All right, homie. Good on you. Do you have access to make that happen? Do you have reach and resources? Is your person resource strong enough to do that in a day? If it is, go forward and double it. If it's not, be reasonable and respect yourself. Don't put yourself in a position to stress you out. There's no point. Especially when you are in control of setting the deadlines. And I'm not talking about your job and your boss done set you some deadlines and you fit to go do them over. No, we are not saying that. Please don't run over there and be like, well, Melikia said I need to change the deadlines. No. Not at work. Not at a work that you don't control, that you don't own. No. I'm speaking about your personal development, your personal growth, and the work that you control. All right. Services you control, products you control, things like that. So set the deadline and then you drive your focus. You drive your focus. Yes, it's so freaking easy to get distracted. We have TV, we have cell phones, we have families, we have loved ones, we have got partners, we have spouses, we have friends, we have the outside, we got the open road, we got wheels and means. Okay, and we have politics. Hallelujah. Okay, there are many distractions. Don't fall for it. Drive your focus. What does that mean? You find yourself tricking off on your phone, playing games, doom scrolling. That is time you can be focusing on your goals. You want to sleep an extra 2 hours when you know you had enough sleep. You could be focused on your goals. So it is up to you to be honest and see where you are peddling time and drive your focus. How important are your goals to you? Are you full? Are you fair weather? With your attentiveness, with your commitments, with your goals to yourself, or are you evergreen? Can you be counted on? Can you count on you for you? Can others count on you for them? Think it through, think it through. All right. We talked about the setting the deadlines, so I stay on focus. Okay. I'm switching up my languages, and sometimes I want to make sure that it's simply understood. Darnell Harvey. What's her last name? I know it's Darnell. She's amazing. Can't remember her last name, but she used to say something that was so poignant, and I thought it was lovely. This is in pertains to business. It was you're doing the money driving exercises. It's my business folks, my high achieving folks who are out there making a difference in services and products, stuff like this. You want to do those tasks. You don't want to do all the pretty fluffy stuff all around it. You want to do your income producing activities, which is another way to say it, a simpler way to say it. So if this is not an income based goal, let's in our mind pretend it is. All right. And put some values on it, on the steps. Which steps need to be accomplished to add some equity into what you're doing? All right. You want to heavily weight in your value into what you've committed to. All right. There's reward in that. There's reward and honor in keeping your word, period, to yourself or others. All right. So I'm going to let you unpack that because it's a lot in a small circle. All right. Back to it. Moment, please. I'll just sliding. Blep, blep, blep. You want to do that. And so you're prioritizing what moves you closer to your middle meal, your center, your goal. Prioritize that, right? Prioritize those tasks. Yeah, if you have the fluffy fun stuff in there, I build fluffy fun stuff into when I'm event planning or such like this. There's wonderful fluffy fun stuff to do, but there's certain things that must be done or it doesn't happen. So the must do's, your bigger, weightier tasks / rocks, please handle those first. Okay, great. Get your timeline going. And don't waste your energy. Don't waste your energy on low focus stuff, on low impact stuff. Focus on the vital and necessary steps, goals, resources that move you to your goal. All right. Please don't be distracted. I've had many conversations with folks who got distracted along the way. Got excuses and reasons, and excuses and reasons will rob you. Yes, they will. Excuses and reasons rob greatness. They really do. When you will let them. So do not let them. Ooh, it is 34 after. Hold up. Somebody got a pause for a station break. Well, let's see. But first, let's show comments. I appreciate you guys being here and watching what's going on. I do. You can hear me well, thank you. And I'm putting these comments here so I can, hey, buddy, so I can see them after. Because when I leave, all the mystical, magical comments go away. How are you guys? How is everybody that's watching? And I can, it feels like Zoom for a second. I can see you. I can see your comments because I can't see you. Anyway, when I mentioned earlier that you can go, oh, did I leave that there? I don't know how to get on there. Let's see. There you go. I'm still learning these buttons. So when I mentioned go to blastmusic247.com and register as an artist, that you could have your music and video played on a podcast just like mine. This is what that looks like. That's my move along song. Here's a fade. Actually, I haven't played this one in a while.
Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you. I understand you got your own thing going, merely on down the stream, you better keep on rowing. They try to knock your self-esteem, you better keep on glowing. Don't let nobody in between that future you be knowing. So here's my message to you. Ain't no person on earth that can outdo you. Be yourself until yourself, you'll be honored that you knew you. Only you can be a rock when it ain't no one else around. And if you don't love yourself, then the only way is down. But I believe in you, I see you got some dreams in you. Full speed ahead, I see you got some steam in you. Just keep chugging away, be grateful for every day that you get to bless the world with such a beautiful face. Let your shadow make the chase, let your heart dictate the pace, let your mind give you the strength and let your spirit run the race. I bet your ancestors cheering, seeing the path you clearing. Nothing worth fearing, every lesson worth hearing. But every now and again they try to break you. Lean into them wounds even though they might be painful. And when they heal the scars, that's when you gon' see a breakthrough. I'm praying that you make do with every resource within your grasp. Multiply it forth and be generous with your math. Kindness in your hand, willing to understand that every single second you get is another dance. And every single moment you breathe is another chance to do something you love, to always rise above. Parting for the past, don't let that trauma beat you up. Be gentle with your mental and everything you done been through. End of the day, you're the reason I grabbed a pencil, so I could draw you up a motivational stencil. Tracing the inspiration, make way for the destination. Trust me, I can see all of the places that you're headed. And I'm here to let you know you ain't gonna never reach a dead end. Everybody can't reach like, everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you, everybody can't reach like, and everybody can't dream like, everybody can't be like, everybody can't be like you.
Who shot you?
Okay, we got it back. That was Demi Day with Be Like You. I'm a super fan. And like I said, you can catch Demi Day and a bunch of awesome artists over there. I see a comment and I'm pretty sure I already know what it is. Actively writing, I figured. Yeah. Look at active writing. We'll get to that. All right, quick recap on where we've been so far so that we can push forward just a little bit more because we're around about 40 minutes in. All right, let's see. 1, you want to define the success with precision. Write it down. Don't just write it down. Hear it and do it. 2, I know exactly why my goals matter. So per goal, I don't expect that you just grab all your goals and throw one tag on it. I know why my goals matter because they're important to me. Don't flake it. Please don't play with it. individually per goal. Know why the goal matters to you. And if it doesn't matter, please do not go giving it energy, time, and attention when you really have goals that do matter to you. Come on, do better. 3, I break my goals down into tactical moves. I love chess. I'm a fan of checkers too, but I love chess. Get it? Okay. 4, when I'm setting deadlines, my deadlines are they're in place to drive focus. They're in place to keep me on par. All right, those deadlines are in the water to keep me reminded, darling. You said you're gonna do this. Is it done? And then 2, I set some fun markers along the way, especially like projects with a day of healing. I got months until the big day it happens. So I set some fun stuff along the way for myself and people who participate. I do my best to love on my volunteers very, very well as well. Okay, so back to 4. Set the deadlines that drive the focus and prioritizing what moves me closer to my goal. For my folks who like, and I used the needle analogy earlier, so I think it applies now too. Move your needle. Okay, 5. What's 5? Okay, and then building the plan strategically. I think we talked about all 6 of those, so let's start here. We tapped on it a little bit. I'm still going to break out the iron and iron the point again. When you're making your schedule, all right, and all of the wonderful things that we talked about, please put them on your schedule. Your milestones, add them to your schedule. The celebrations for them, add it to your schedule. When it's in the calendar, it exists. Please don't leave it to chance. Don't play with it. Don't wing it. Let's not do that. Let's take it seriously, as seriously as it is to you. Let's take it that serious. All right. So when you're scheduling it into your calendar, it is a non-negotiable. When I schedule my writing days, believe and trust me, don't call me. Don't do it. Because you're going to get that lovely D&D. Do not disturb, because I'm going to hit it with the focus. All right. And some folks may not know, like my clients, of course, we are scheduled. So I know when they're calling, I'm not going to schedule over prior commitments. Let's not do that and make an excuse to not keep our word about other things. Let's not do that. Let's do all things well, right? We can do that. We can schedule responsibly and not drown ourselves. We can do that. I believe in us. All right. So let it be non-negotiable once it hits the schedule. I have I'm teaching a master's class on the 20th. And the moment I confirmed the date and let the folks know, something absolutely incredibly fun popped up. And I was like, oh, however, the commitment is already in the water. So that fun thing is going to be over there. It's going to be fun. I'm going to handle my business. Got it? I'm going to keep my word. And I'm going to serve the people that I was called to serve. All right. So again, you want to treat it like it's non-negotiable. And more story. I was doing a training last year leading into a day of healing, the 3rd annual Love Fest. And I got to be with a cohort of amazing folks who all had their own individual projects. So we all get together and we're literally moving. We go through some lengths and extremes and breaking down what we about to do, and then our milestones and outcomes and measuring, like literally took it. And I gotta say, I had a freaking blast. It was so much fun. I thought I was I learned from some more folk. Okay, so I encourage you to learn from me and some more folks. It's a beautiful thing to be a hearer. Even more beautiful to be a doer. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. So much writing. Okay, well, hopefully we're done writing. Okay. Slide back. 8. the measurables. I say that word a lot because I love that word, and I think it's I like math, but I really think it's just it's the progress of it all. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of growth, which is probably why we're here. Okay, great. So tracking your progress is it can be real fun. So I'm hoping that you take joy in tracking your progress. Sometimes it's a little bitty, like that seed that just pushed through the ground. It's barely visible. It's small, but it's green and it's growing. Celebrate. That's measurable. That's some progress. So whatever your seedlings are, celebrate them. And then as it grows and steadies and you maintain and water and build and hit those milestones, yeah, track it. And I encourage you to track it, not in just a, oh, I see it type of manner, but make the effort to write it down. Make the effort to share it with your folks. Make the effort to share it with your cohort, your mastermind, your coach. Okay? It's wonderful to share good news. The world is so filled with so many things going on. A lot of the places are on fire and in disarray and in sadness. Isn't it wonderful to get some good news? So when you get great news, when you're accomplishing your goals, and believe and trust me, I want to know too. If you're taking this journey with me with SXP Metamorphosis 365, if you're growing with me, if you do not have my number directly, I'll offer you the business email. You can email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com and say, hey, listen, I've got some growth. I'm tracking my progress and it feels great. I am accomplishing, I am growing, I am serving, I am increasing my client base, I am increasing my mind, my knowledge, my schooling, however it moves for you. I'm gonna celebrate with you because I do understand that some folks don't have people to celebrate with, and some folks don't have folks who call them for their birthday and sing the meow meow song and act out. So come, let me lay you back to life. Come on over here and get some look. So track your progress. I measure what I do. That's very important to me. And I do that so that I can adjust. Like sometimes I've planned, but I've left room for any changes I need to make. So I've made this plan and maybe I'm working the plan and I'm thinking, okay, this is what I see, this is what I understand it to be. But I get a little farther in and there's something that's not straightening out. I've had a bump or a sticky place that I'm not gonna stick around and get stuck in. I'm gonna adjust quickly. And move. All right. So I encourage you to move the same way. Make your adjustments if you need to, and know where you stand. Know where you stand in your progress because you've been tracking. See? Okay, great. All built on one another, and the tracking, the data of it, the understanding of it. I'm doing my best to use many words because some folks don't like particulars, but it'll give you the truth. You have the truth. A lot of folks don't like truth around here today, I guess, but we do. So it'll give you the truth of where you are. No need to hide from that. That's a beautiful thing. At least you know. And then right? So when it's moving smoothly and you're loving it and you're accomplishing, yay. Woo, there's a deep breath, there's a relaxation, there's a celebration, sure. And then when you're feeling kind of not solid and iffy, redirect, adjust quickly, and find you solid ground. Build you solid ground. Build it. The momentum. Now, I'll speak to that for a second. You want to, when you're adjusting quickly, if it is that you have to adjust, okay, shift switch, don't lose your momentum. And oh my goodness, when you have people excited about a product that you have or an offering that you have and they are rearing and ready to go, don't sit there and tell all the wonderful people about what you're about to do, then ghost them. Don't leave them waiting because they lose interest. All right. And that's fair. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Do it to the best of your ability. And if anything does occur where you have to make a shift or a switch in your plans, cool. Communicate. Keep your excited people excited about what you're doing and about you by showing up, by answering that question, are you faux or fair weather or evergreen? Can you be counted on? All right. I'm telling you, it all ties in. It all ties in together. All right. Let's see. The last, accountability. Another favorite word of mine. I won't even tell you how many folks come to me for accountability. It's wonderful. It is wonderful because to me, when someone comes to me for accountability, is because they're serious. They really mean it. They want that growth, and they are after it, and they want my smoke. It's wonderful, and it is a wonderful smoke because I love my people back to life, and I definitely have labored in some waters, y'all, to help folks accomplish those goals, those life goals, those purpose-filled, rich goals that make a difference and that impact their life, my life, and those around us. It is an honor. Like, I love what I do, and I love who I get to do with. It's pretty freaking dope. Anyway, so accountability. I mentioned to you guys the mastermind 3 times a week. That is very much accountability because you're showing up and you're opening your mouth saying, hey, this is what I said I was going to do. And we are looking at you with all these here and listening real close. Did you keep your word? Are you an honest person? Are you working forward? Are you keeping the line? Because that weak link comment, we're not having any of it. So strengthening our chains, we strengthen one another. We keeping one another encouraged, and we're moving forward. Excuse me, we're moving forward. There are a few things lovelier than accountability. I love being able to hold myself accountable. Same example I gave you guys about the other night. Last night maybe, where it was like, this is the day that I'm going to do this. I knew that at the very beginning of the day, and I was not going to bed until I got it done. There are several things that I handle that way, and then there's several things that I plan way in advance, and I just take my time. I.e., we have 2 events coming up. I'm already in my 2026 calendar. Can you tell? March 2nd weekend, September 2nd weekend. That is SXP, which is Sanctuary Experience. 3-day for the women. It is 3 days. Come away with me to a beautiful surrounding. Eat some absolutely wonderful food. Be among sisters in your sisterhood. Our March event is fully circling sisterhood. We're going to come together, love one another, get to praying, get to opening up and getting these things out, dealing with any trauma and drama. And this month is Domestic Violence Awareness and Solutions Month. So we get together in March, the 2nd weekend, and fully focusing on our sisterhood. In our September, we do a little bit more. Still sisterhood, still good food, still great company. We dive in deeper spiritually. All right. Already tap in with me. Reserve your space because you want to be there. You want to get this Love Me Back to Life session in with Melikia K, Courtney. Yeah, that's what you want to do. All right, so that is offered. Same time, you don't have to wait till March. If it is that you would like coaching, you know that there is something in you that you want to get accomplished, and maybe strategically speaking, you're not set. You don't have a path in which to fulfill that goal. It's just not coming to you. It's not clear in mind. You need help. There ain't no shade in asking for help. None. Ask for help. I'm right here. All right. And that's coaching. So spiritually wise, if you need spiritual rituals to kind of clean out some things, all right, let's have a conversation. So there's many conversations that we can have. And back to the point, accountability is one of my favorite conversations. Absolutely. The majority of what I do, there is an element of accountability. Actually, I think probably all of what I do. Because I really do believe in it and in a loving way. And love is not laxed. And it doesn't necessarily sit easy on folks with excuses or reasons. It just doesn't. Loves them through them and into action, absolutely. So I think I shared everything I really need to share with you guys tonight. That was literally 1 through 10. Of course, my list is a little bit more extensive, and that's fine too, but I've given you enough today to hit the replay and to walk through slowly with yourself. All right, and pace through Ask the top questions. What do you want? What do you desire? What do you require? What goals bring that about? And then what is the breakdown of those goals? What's your timeline looking like? When do you want it by? What are you willing to do to achieve it? How are you going to hold yourself accountable along the way? How are you going to celebrate the milestones and the accomplishing of the goal? All of those wonderful pieces, if you look at your life, the major things and the minor things, they all take that journey. All of it. Even if the journey didn't begin in your mind, maybe someone passed it on to you and you're moving with it now. They all take that path. If they're to come to life and be. All right. Okay. So I think the point. Melikia K. Courtney, you are enjoying SXP Metamorphosis 365 Growth Podcast. This is episode 78. 78, which means that you can go back and binge 78 episodes of SXP Metamorphosis 365 and grow. It is October, y'all. Let me tell you so. Now that we get out the way, October is the beginning of my year. All right, we crossed over Yom Kippur. Now we in it, and I offer you this little bit accountability with the year to date. The things that you said you were going to do for folks who still do like New Year's resolutions, or folks who set their goals in January and they say they want to have this done by this time. This is the month that I call all my people around me, all the folks in my circle, close circle, inner circle, extended circle, client circle, everybody getting this message. It's time to measure. It's time to really look and see what you've accomplished today, what you said you were going to do, and what you actually did, and give yourself some kudos, whoops, some celebration about all the wonderful things that you did get done. And then, same time, be honest about where you drag ass. Where your booty cheeks dragging on the floor and getting stuff done. Where is that at? Okay. So be honest. Be honest with yourself, because that's needed. That's necessary. And it's beautiful to celebrate your efforts. It is beautiful. It is wise. It is good to say to yourself, let me pat me on the back right quick. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I did it in the time frame that I said I was going to get it done in. And here is the impact. Here's the growth. Here's the evidence. Here's the food. Here is the whatever your outcome is. Celebrate your effort, time, energy, desire. That's how I move. If I don't have time, energy, or desire, I ain't doing it. All three got to be there. If even one of them is missing, I can't play. So when I'm setting my goals, I'm mindful of that. When I'm considering the false or the fair weather or the evergreen, right? I want to make sure I'm moving in evergreen. I want to make sure that I am consistent, especially considering this is episode 78. I am showing up. Showing up for you, so that you grow, and so that I am not that block in the road, right? Because sometimes there are people who are assigned to be your forerunner, and when your forerunner refuses to run, your road not ready. So, excuse me. What I will do is I will run, and I will prepare the road for you. I will give you these rich keys of growth. I will provide the opportunity for you to sit still for at least an hour and consider yourself and think on you and how you are showing up in your life. That's the opportunity you have with me every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we show up together for SXP Metamorphosis 365, this growth podcast. And even for those who show up with me for playtime over at Partners in Rhyme on Clubhouse, Poetry, 5 years in. There's so much that comes to mind, like show up for you, be accountable to you, celebrate you, and don't be selfish. Show up for other people. Be accountable to other people. Celebrate other people. All right. And if you ain't got nobody to celebrate, you can celebrate with me. I'm over here celebrating the birth of my 7th G baby, who is amazing. You need something happy to celebrate? Celebrate that with me. All right, celebrate these goals being accomplished. Celebrate Day of Healing, February 7th, coming up, 2026. And I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's 7. It's this Saturday, the first Saturday in February. All right, 24 hours, so you ain't got to miss it. You can make it. 24 hours virtually, and then some in person scattered across the nation and out of the country. It'll be great. Where we at? So there's much to celebrate. If you'd like to connect, you can connect with me here, right here on YouTube. Also connect with me on Instagram. It's Melikia.LittieMolotov over there. Picture, poetry, conversation. Facebook and LinkedIn, all over there. Melikia K. Courtney. It is wonderful to serve you. 78. We're getting closer and closer to 100. I look forward to that moment. It's going to be a great celebration. And again, congratulations to Sunshine Cromwell of Shine Vibrations. Please do pull up on her Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for her Shine Vibrations podcast. And it is her 3rd year anniversary. So don't just pull up with some good stuff and some hellos and some greetings. How about that? We are at our time. We've completed what we came here to do. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I look forward to chatting you up the following week. Yep, I'm in the chair. Just making sure. Okay. Have a beautiful evening. I am complete. I have to hit a button.